Right now, in 2021, many communities around South Africa continue to face great challenges, with some in the Eastern Cape still having to travel kilometers to fetch water. With this in mind, the UNISA Graduate School of Business Leadership is calling on corporations and individuals to bring about change through a fundraising. Here to talk to me about this, we're joined now by Professor Pumela Msweli, Executive Dean and CEO at the UNISA Graduate School of Business Leadership. Prof, good evening and thank you very much for your time. Maybe before we get into our conversation, how severe are the challenges faced by South Africans in rural parts of this country?
Oh, very severe. There are still communities that still don't have water, just basic water from the tap. They still have to walk for kilometers. This particular community, for example, walks for 10 kilometers to get water for the household, for drinking, for cooking, for laundry, for feeding the animals, etc. So there are many communities like that in our country.
And things have reached that point where you're saying it's becoming evidently clear that individuals and corporate South Africa need to now step up and play their part.
Yes, we are making a call as part of our community engagement and engaged scholarship, where we are trying to infuse community engagement with our teaching as well as our research. We involve our students in these projects because it's going to really help no one to invest so much money on human capital and it doesn't translate to transformation at community level. So this is our contribution as the UNISA School of Business Leadership to the economic recovery of our country.
They're calling on all individuals and corporates to take this lead in bringing about change to these communities, and through a combination of projects which come up from of course, the students. And I'm very interested to hear a little bit more about their leadership 61-kilometer hike, and they'll be telling us a little bit more about what that entails and what they hope to achieve in that particular initiative. We have with us UNISA Graduate School of Business Leadership, Professor Pumela. Tell me a little bit more about this School of Business Leadership 61-kilometer hike. How was this idea born, and how does it work? What are the dynamics of it?
Yes, so the community that we're raising funds for, rather two communities we're raising funds for, they are based in the Eastern Cape, Emambondweni. And while we were interacting with these communities, we thought it would be such a good idea to bring South Africans to this community and for corporate to actually pledge as they participate in this 61-kilometer walk. It's a 5-day walk. It starts tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. at Port St. John's. Corporate South Africa colleagues are pledging funds, and as they pledge funds, they walk. The first day, they walk for about 15 kilometers. The following day, they walk 18 kilometers. And the third day, 23 kilometers until we reach Coffee Bay. So we are killing a number of birds with one stone. Firstly, we are bringing tourism to the Eastern Cape. Secondly, we are raising funds for our incubator. And I want to pause there to just explain that we are taking our university to the community. We have to do something different because we have to create access for these educational experiences for our people. So this 61-kilometer hike is raising funds for these basics in our communities, as well as for our incubators that we are developing so that we can make skills development more accessible at community level. Yeah. So we're having this hike tomorrow. We're going to have it again in May. Around Freedom Day, we're going to have it again on the 20th, this time next year in 2022. So we are encouraging everyone, whether you have 100 Rand or 50 Rand, to donate these funds via UNISA Enterprise, where we will invest them building community structures, and we will also invest them in providing skills for those that qualify for short learning programs at community level.
Bizana local municipality, by and large, in terms of economic development, would look at, for example, the agricultural industry and agricultural activity. So what sort of skills will you be giving to the community via these incubators?
Very good question. So what we do, we don't make assumptions. We go to communities, and the first thing we do is to do a skills audit. Who are the entrepreneurs on the ground? We did a skills audit, for example, for this particular cohort, and we found that the most critical skill they need is to develop bankable business plans, because with a business plan, you are covering a number of areas, business areas, such as your marketing strategy, your cost benefit analysis, your strategy, your vision, and your offerings, what you are actually offering, your communication channels, your distribution channels of your products. So we have also created a market at our business school, a physical market, and we have created an e-commerce platform. This e-commerce platform, the vision is to actually open up or rather improve their capability to export. With the new Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement in place, our entrepreneurs are able to sell their wares, their products, their crafts, their services in this one huge market without any tariffs, at least at zero tariffs, now that we have the Free Continental Free Trade Agreement operational as of the 1st of January 2021.
Fantastic work that you're doing there. Just give us those details again. How can the community participate in the hike?
So this particular hike or the subsequent ones, we're raising funds for the communities. In order to participate in the walk, you've got to register, because we have a group of experts who are guiding this hike. And therefore, so that we have sufficient people to oversee this entire hike so that it is safe for everyone, you have to register. You register via the School of Business Leadership. You go to our website and look for School of Business Leadership. In our website, you will be directed to where you should register. And if you can't succeed, you contact us, anyone at SBL, but in particular our team leader, who's also our director, our deputy director marketing, Ms. Crystal Peterson. She will provide details on how to register. And if you want to participate in the walk tomorrow, I think it's a bit too late now to register, but you can still register, because we will allocate a space for you in the May 2022 walk.
Prof, appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining us. Professor Pumela Msweli there with the UNISA Graduate School of Business Leadership. We'll continue.